guys.
Yeah, I'm trying that.
Cooldown
I'm
sound.
trying that.
Okay, get ready, get ready. I'm sporad here, alright?
Alright, let's get started with this first VOD review. We're going to do the second fight first, because, I don't know, that's what I clicked on. Alright.
Bridge.
So, first here,
Heal up.
we're on either side of a bridge, and it was clap versus clap. Big thing I think we definitely need to do more that we did in this fight, that we need to remember to do if we can,
Okay, get ready, get ready.
is marking the enemy collar with like a skull or something, or the enemy clumper. It doesn't have to be the collar, but we're preferably, if it is a perma collar, if you can mark the perma collar, that would be big too, because then our D tanks can stop them like our GAs and stuff, because they'll all be clumped on top of the collar.
Only sporad in 3, 2.
Here we're doing a so like this is what I'm talking about with the marking. So we do a fake engage here, which is exactly what we need to do for this, to blow their, we want them to blow their engage like right here, so that whenever they hit, if they use all their DPS, we can just full retard push across the bridge and not worry about dying, because we want to get across the bridge to fight them. Here, this is a good example of how to use tree. I mean, nobody got caught in the clump, but if anybody did get caught in that clump, it would have completely countered it, because I W'd at the exact same time the golem did, so nobody would have gotten air compressed, and everybody would have been able to walk out of all that damage. So here, really good carpet, perfect carpet to get us across the bridge quick. They wasted all their DPS on that hit. They threw a blazing down, whatever. Oath Keepers, I'll take that to go through the blazing and get us across the bridge. Here, I don't think trying to hit on this bridge is the right play. I think the right play is definitely go just all the way across the bridge first and then try and hit, because the likelihood we get an engage off while trying to run across this bridge is pretty low with their D-tanks inside of us. So it's basically a wasted engage, and it's keeping us on the bridge for longer than we need to be. But you guys should, a few things here. I noticed Mate and Slick, don't go backwards, guys. There's no point to do that. We're going across the bridge. If we're this far forward, we're going across the bridge. Is this bigger? There we go. That's shit. How do I get a bigger marker? Dock, unlock. I don't know. It's good enough. You guys can see it. Alright, get across the bridge. Don't go backwards. All you guys that are going backwards, don't do that. Here I use my tree. I'm kind of doing this as a tree VOD review as well. I use my tree to immune force movement effects, because if they were a good group, they would, let me use a different color. Maybe like yellow? Nope, that's ass. Blue? Yeah, we'll use blue. They would win wall right here on this bridge to boop a bunch of people back, so treeing will go through the thing. Also, like bedrock, we don't want anyone getting stuck on this bridge to get hit, so treeing to get out of the choke is a play. In hindsight, seeing that they didn't actually stop us, it was not the right play. Wasn't needed. I should have kept it, but you know, play as if you're playing against good players, not poopers. So here, this is a good example of why marking the trees, the collar is really nice. Like giant skull, so all these people who are near it know that you're about to get fucking destroyed. So he completely misses, basically. It's a good thing too. Sporad said, don't talk over the collar.
Look at this heart, Sporad, you have it? Look at this heart, Sporad, you have it?
Notice that the only time I said anything, even though like I give pertinent information, was back across the bridge to mark the collar before the fight started, and that was basically it. Up until this, I'm just playing the game. If it's not vital info, don't say it during the fight. If you just like downtime and you've got something that might help or an idea, you know, be careful if if you don't actually know what you're talking about, don't talk. But like for instance, like if some guys like in our back, like if the heavy, like if we got to a downtime and you're a DPS and you're like, yo, this heavy mace is stopping all of us, because Slice won't know that, then at least you relayed that information to him and he's like, okay, well I need to kill the heavy mace, then my DPS are telling me that. Like that would be a time to do it, but not like if we're actively fighting all the time back and forth, don't talk, because Slice needs to focus and he's not going to be able to hear anything, and nobody's going to be able to hear if you're saying that. So you got to find downtime if you want to say something along those lines. And then if you're not a caller, just don't talk in general. Don't talk during the fight. Only people who need to talk at all are maybe the GAs because they're setting up for stuff. That's about it. So here
One.
we go for an engage.
We're gonna follow them.
I'm gonna be honest. If we wanted to win here, we definitely should have just like I don't know. I think Slice may have not purposely killed this guy because he didn't want the fight to end and he wanted to practice. Because this guy right here he's dead. Like if you miss an engage like that on Golem and he stays in Golem for that long, and like this guy, they're the two easiest targets for sure and super important targets. So killing them would be huge. See how he's walking in Golem? So he's like hard out of position right now with no boots because he hunter shoot in and he has literally nothing. He has no D cape either. He's Morgana cape. Golems are really easy to kill after they engage. So like here, I would actually back here. Like I would have been sitting personally on this guy, ready to just kill him if I was like going for the win. And I would have stood on him, and then I would have cleric sandaled right here in front of this GA, and then pulled backwards, and at least gotten these two, the GA and the collar. That's like huge, and then maybe gotten this guy with like the witch work down here to follow up. Like these three tanks would just be the easiest because if we clump these three people, they can't stop our DPS. But like if we try and engage all the way over here, our DPS are gonna have to get from there all the way over here without this heavy mace stopping them or this GA stopping them, which is possible, but it's less likely than just killing these three tanks. Especially because we have beam spikes, so if they're in plate, they're going to get deleted.
Look at this heart. Sprite, you have it?
So, like, I'd be very surprised if this engage goes through if this guy does not stop us, because I'm pretty sure he has cooldowns, and the GA has cooldowns, so I'd be surprised if one of them doesn't stop us. And if they don't, they're probably just bad. Because he's literally walking inside of us right now, the heavy mace. So he sees the beam go off. He should just purge right now.
Easy.
Yeah, so he's just slow. He purged, but he's just slow.
Hey, yo, catch this guy on the outside.
Like that, technically that engage. If he was good, he would have seen into that, and we would have gotten stopped or GA'd because it was a little deep and we were walking over some D tanks. But it worked, so we killed him. Should definitely try if we're going for wins though. Just kill the D tanks first, especially if they're sitting inside of us like that. So here he goes all the way inside through a choke. Big thing we've not had here. We need a guard rune already. Guard rune. Guard runes are slow. If our DPS are already in the choke and the guard rune isn't down, it's slow. You got a guard rune first. Finger on the guard rune button. Get them down quick. We go in for an engage here.
Come.
Top of the choke. We kill some. They're retarded. Nice. I didn't even need to tree really. I treed just in case. Again, yeah, not a good time to talk right now. Not really any vital info. Like the only thing you should be calling out is like a flank behind us of another team, or that's it basically in this situation. So here, this was the biggest mistake I made in this fight. In tree, this is a good example of why I say tree players be in tree 99.9% of the time. I'm a little more experienced with it, so I can see the engage coming. But if you're learning tree, be in tree all the time. Because even here, I got caught off guard mainly because of the altitude. Because he's up here and I can't see the collar come down quick enough to give me time to switch into tree. But I should have been in tree anyway, so it was definitely a mistake. I should have been in tree because if I was in tree right now, when he says we're about to go in, like I'm late, I go into tree, but then I'm like, I see that I'm missing one stack, so I try and get greedy, and I stack myself one more time, and the moment I did that, I was in tree, I was doing what I was supposed to, the moment I did that, we all get pulled, we could have died to that. But if I had treed there, if I had treed right here, instead of our guys having to run backwards, like this way, they actually could have just free walked in this way, and we would have just, on their engage, when all their DPS came up to hit us, we could have just counter clumped all of them and wiped them. But that's like a misplay by me because I wasn't in tree. You got to be in tree form if they have cooldowns up. That's just the rule. I mean, unless you're literally gonna lose stacks, then you stack. Or if you don't have enough stacks to use your W, then you have to stack till you have your W up. But those are the only reasons. In this case, I did not need to stack. I just got greedy and did it anyway, which was definitely a mistake. and it almost cost us.
Guys, defense,
I mean, I
late
blinked
defense,
out of it
demon armor.
because they were slow, but I will say good locus here. Luxo, that was a good locus. Covered us all, helped us out. That was good. Good demon by Caution, I think. Caution and AFK. That's good. 2 demons and a locus. We're not gonna die, so that was good. So even though I messed up as one of the supports, other supports carried. That's why having good supports and lots of good supports helps. You know, you're not, the more layers of mistakes can be made.
Faking now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
So he's faking.
beautiful, beautiful.
Good.
Get ready, get ready.
He says, get ready, get ready. So that means we're about to go in through the choke again.
Come in, get ready in 5.
He says, so he starts counting down.
Northeast 4, 3.
So guard runes are too late. So he's already counted. He's already counted. Guard runes needed to already be down.
Get ready, get ready.
Because if we get GA'd, which I'm pretty sure we do in this, we need, yeah, so if he starts counting here, guard rune, immediately. If you see a guard rune go down and you're the other guard rune, don't place yours right on top. Put yours somewhere further ahead or further behind, wherever you think the more active likely spot for a GA or a stopper would be. But spread them out. Those need to be going down. If they get stacked, they get stacked. I'd just like to see them. But they are way too late here. Carpet in is good. We can use it in and out. Here, I will say one big thing is if you're a GA player, watch what Blake does here. This is one of the biggest things. He's doing exactly what he needs to look for one-hand arcanes, GAs, life curse, anything that can get put by the enemy in this choke to stop our DPS from hitting or catch us in the choke. He's getting ready to GA them on the wall to hopefully stop them. It's a GA battle. Most of small scale comes down to who's got better GAs and can GA the other, can out GA the enemy GA. It's a GA battle basically. And Blake's waiting to see, you know, who walks up, and you can see what he does here. So their GA's walking up, and he immediately casts his GA to try and stop their GA from GAing us. Now technically he shouldn't even need to stop them because we should have guard runes in that choke, but he does it anyway because it's good. It's good to follow up and have multiple layers. So a lot of us get GA'd because we don't have guard runes. But I try and tree us through the choke, but we're GA'd. But a big thing here, Blake, is if you said something here that like, hey, I caught their GA on the southeast, like Slice is looking for an engage here. Like GA's super high priority target, but he's not going to see that you GA'd that guy's too much shit going on. But he could easily like come down here and pull this guy to the wall if you said something, and then we could blast him over the wall after we get done with our getting GA'd and maybe kill him. Now, it's not a super big deal, but you did get 1 GA later that was insane that you didn't say anything, and it literally could have won the fight. I'll show you in a minute when because I saw it and I was like, holy shit, that was an insane GA. But here we hit, whatever, we get GA'd, we come out, get out of the choke, yep. So here, supports, you need to be watching the front for our tanks coming down because they're easily going to try and pick one of those tanks to kill. So you need to have your finger on the cleanse and shield button or anything you could do to help frontline tanks. Don't leave them. So like here's a good example of why marking a tank, again, marking the caller again helps. Like, if you get hit by this guy running out this slow with a giant skull on his head transformed into a golem, I don't even know what to tell you. You're probably a potato. So I saw it from like a mile away, so I transformed into a tree. He pulls us. I tree everybody. We're completely fine. Boom. Huge fucking GA. This is what I'm talking about. Blake watched for their bomb squad over the wall and hits a GA on literally almost all their DPS. You need to say, I caught all their DPS on the wall. Like, I caught them all on the wall. They're all GA'd or something, you know. Say, all DPS GA'd on the wall, or I caught them all on the wall, or I caught their bomb on the wall. Something that tells Slice and Sporad. And here, in my opinion, I think Slice could technically call an engage on that, but it makes more sense to me for Sporad to call an engage and say Carpetus East and start counting like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and hit this with perma over the wall. And our other GAs need to watch this choke with a wind wall and a GA to stop any other supports from helping this. But that's a full wipe on that wall. Like, that's, if you get a good witch work timing and a good perma timing down on that GA, it's over. Like, that was a really, really good GA. Perfect example of what we want to happen. We just need our GA players to be vocal. Blake and Ace, you guys are doing a great job during this fight. We just need to hear from you so that we can utilize those GAs.
Come back now. Come with me now. What the fuck is this? Come west. Come west.
Because like I saw that and I was like, oh man, we need to do that again.
Yeah, GA engage probably a good idea.
So here was a lack of like
Alright, well,
discipline
Just
thing.
hold here.
So Slice is trying to pull someone out of a or any caller is trying to pull people out of a terrier, pull them through a choke, or get them to come to us. Please do not stand in front of Slice. If Slice is here and he says we want come to me, or we want to bring him out of a terry, maximum you should be in front of him is like here. If you're like a frontline tank, that's all you should be. Everyone else should be like back here, because if you're all the way up here, setting our front line is right here. That's gonna make them be like a screen away from that because they feel unsafe, and that means if they engage on you and they possibly kill you with like a GA setup or a quick perma engage, there's nothing we can do from all the way over here to get a counter engage on it. We'd be too slow. So they're getting a free engage, and even if they don't engage on you, we can't actually pull them to where we want to be to get an engage on them. We want to pull them all the way out here. We want to pull them all the way out here to like right here, so that we can double blink into their backline and GA their entire DPS and then engage on them. But since they're so far away from all you guys standing up here, then there's nothing Slice can do. He just has to wait, and it takes us a long time for people to finally like look at for where Slice is to base on your positioning. Don't be antsy and want to face check and have them on your screen. Just listen to call. And also it makes me stand like and other supports stand in a weird spot because I need to be close enough to you guys now to help you, but also far enough back where I don't feel like I'm going to get absolutely ass blasted and myself be out of position. So now like since you guys are all strung out everywhere, I have to be like here to get all of you in range of my big ass green circle. Instead, I'd just rather be here with everybody on me, so I'm fine. But now it's like Dark Viper, there's no reason for you with the Life Curse to be standing up there at all. Just don't do that. There's like only people that could be any farther up are GA and Unite. There's no reason for you to be there if you're unless you're defensive Life Curse, which I don't think you were in this instance. And even if you're defensive Life Curse, you'd probably want to be a little further back. A little bit.
You guys shouldn't even be past me. Just come west of me. I'm right here. Look at me.
So we all finally regroup on Slice.
Kill these mobs, please.
Their caller does a fake here.
Alright.
Fake.
If they use Golem, we're going in. Look at this guy here. Look at this guy here. Go ahead and GA him.
So this was one thing I thought I thought here was a mistake on like it wasn't a bad mistake, but I think a better play instead of GAing this Hodge or this heavy mace. I don't think there's really a need to GA one guy. Most of the time you GA catch when they're kiting or like over walls or when you need to limit their movement. But if he's standing right in front of you, to GA him kind of just telegraphs the engage. You don't really need it. And if there's no supports near him like demon armors, there's definitely not a reason to GA him. Just perma him in the head and it's the same thing. And just set it up with a Hodge. Because blink Hodge perma will get that guy 100%. If he's just asking to get engaged on like that, you don't need to GA. Better use of the GA would be to GA their GA or GA their shot caller or just GA this choke in general and stop everyone who's near him from giving him any form of defensive. That would be better. And then just perma Realm Breaker, knock him up and kill this guy, or would be better. Now if you GA'd 3 people, that would be different because then you could set up the Hodge really easy and clump them all up. But if you're just going on one single guy, not really a reason to GA him. I mean, it's not terrible, but I think it'd be a better utilized to just GA the other 2 guys and then engage on him.
2, 1, hit him.
Because it's kind of telegraphed. He had his finger on this ice block button for a while.
Back up now, back up. Oh,
yeah, that caller got fucking deleted. I want to watch that again because he got fucking popped.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He gets hit by the curse beam into Rift Glaive for 50% of his HP, into Spike Gauntlet for like 1500 right in the noggin.
Oh, we killed someone else. Yeah, this guy walk in.
So here again, I trolled here. So I got hyped with the caller dying, but I should be in tree form right now again.
Actually, hold on. Whoa.
I mean, I still had enough time to get into it because they didn't have any CC to kill me.
come east now, come east now.
or
come
kill
east
us,
now.
so you're fine. But
Yep, come east now, come east. Yo, go for it, go for it, go for it.
so here on like
Soul Eater.
as like a tap as tree, you can run poly. Shot caller technically could too if he's on golem, but poly. So since I noticed this guy was running ice block, one of the hardest counters to ice block tanks is throwing a poly at his head, which turns him into a frog, which makes it where he can't use ice block. So here I throw a poly at him, and now he's a frog,
One.
and we engage on him. The pierces were slow, so the pierces were slow on this. We need the pierces faster because the spike hit before the pierces.
Go, go, go. Kill him.
We still killed him, but just so you guys know, if you run tree, you can polymorph tanks like that have ice block. Like, that's big. So here, I see, again, like,
Back southwest.
our support players, like, you want to be sitting here whenever we get close to this wall to stop this guy. So I see him pop his scholar robe, and I'm like, oh, here comes the engage. Here comes the engage. So, tree,
Nice.
hard
Nice,
countered.
good, good.
Good demon armors by Sirhat and AFK. Good job. Countered their engage. Really good
Where's that
job.
going? Do I have cold? Do I have a cold? Let me know when.
Guy, I think that guy did a lot of damage to himself. I couldn't. I don't. Let me see. If we can replay it. Let's see how much damage he did to himself when he permas here.
Nice.
Or that Riftglaive did a
Nice,
little
good,
bit
good
to
counter, good
himself.
Where's
Perma's
that
not
going? Do I have cold? Do I have
reflectable.
cold? Let me know when a cold's up. 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 I need. fake
Everything's
engage right now.
fine
I need fake
here.
I need fake engage right now.
Runs the eagle out. That's fine.
Alright, let him fake. Let him fake.
So we're faking here with Sporad in the choke.
Come back. Hold.
Again, support players, you should be near that
Let me know
east
when you're
wall
ready,
looking
Sporad.
to
Let me know when
grab
you're ready.
people and stop
It's
them.
gonna be a bit. You just go without me.
Like Blake, yep. Now Blake's in the right position, perfectly on that east side near the wall,
Alright, get ready, boys. Northeast in 5, 4,
watching
3,
over that
Sporad,
wall.
a cold?
Guard rune. So that guard rune is too far forward. Guard rune is up here. We need guard rune here and there technically. I would more place it here first because it's closer to us, and then place the next one there, whoever the next one is. But I'll take it at least. At least it's down in the choke, so that's good. Whoever did that one.
3, 2, 1.
But see, like the spot we didn't put one, we got caught
To the east.
Good.
Don't worry about it.
again
Doesn't
by the
matter.
same
Engage
guy.
doesn't matter.
So after we've been getting GA'd like this, we need to kill this guy. Like if he keeps GAing us like this, he's the highest priority target. We need to triple kick this guy back into our back line, abduct him, mark him with a heart, and kill this guy because he's cucking us. Like same thing goes for like if a heavy mace is cucking you, you gotta kill him in this comp.
That's crazy.
Otherwise,
Go,
you
go,
just
go,
the
heal those,
longer it takes for you to just keep having to engage and getting cucked, the more likely you are to die.
Heal those dudes. Come on.
A tree here to give everyone shield coming back.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, listen, everybody out of the terry now. Heals on black.
And this GA's positioning is just terrible. Like he's just walking up, like asking to get abducted. Like triple kick into Ava Purity Robe, bring this guy to Narnia. Like get behind him, triple kick him, Ava Robe him the rest away. Like bring this guy to Narnia with us, and kill him.
That was so close.
That's a bad engage on my part. My bad.
Okay, we're fine here. Judy coming down.
Alright, guys, everybody's
Everyone's playing fine here.
Listen, I don't really give a fuck that much, but if they want one more engage, come west.
So here, like Blake could GA over that
Give
wall
me-
here and
give
grab
me an
some, and we
occult.
explode on the
Okay, that's
wall.
true, that's
If you were like,
Least
if you
guards,
two were
least guards, least
vocal,
guards.
you guys
Least guards, least
should
guards.
just grab some.
Alright, give me an occult northeast when I call it. GA when you're ready. GA
So when we're clumped coming in for a headbutt engage
when
like
you're ready,
this,
call it.
like guard runes, you guys need to be looking like up here and here to put your guard runes like in a row so we can run through them and not get stopped. Otherwise we're gonna run in and their GA is gonna go blink right here, GA right here, and he's gonna catch our entire group before we do anything, and we're gonna be cucked. That's just basic countering to GA 101. You got to expect what the GA is gonna do, and
GA
don't.
when you're ready.
First of all, I wouldn't clump in a straight line like that.
GA
I
when
would
you're
run
ready,
off
call
to
it.
the
There it is,
side.
30 northeast. Occult,
That was a good GA setup.
2, 1 on the choke.
Good finish.
Beautiful.
Still no guard runes. We need guard runes here. Guards are in here on engage. Like, put them down somewhere, please. Spam them on engage. Doesn't matter. I just want to see them on the ground, not after the engage. They're late. Like it's down there now, but the guy's already dead.
Out of the choke. Come west. We're
If you need to guard rune first before whatever you're doing, do that, because guard rune's more important.
What did I eat?
Come out of the choke. Come west. Okay, let me know when the cold's ready. Okay.
They're not gonna step up. You're gonna have to.
It's okay. If they're done, they're done. If they're done, they're done.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I don't
I think
wanna
this might be the end of the fight. I'm not
Guys,
sure.
you're not leashing the guards.
So like a lot of you guys, he says leash the guards, and it's just lack of discipline again. Like you guys all standing up here is gonna make me have to stand here because I need to be in range to save all of you, and that makes Thomas step up to heal you. That makes like it makes a lot of people others step up. Like it's just gonna make it worse. Please follow call and be where you're supposed to be. Maximum be right here if you're a D tank. Like you gotta follow the call. The caller has to know that he has control of the Zerg's positioning.
Look at this discipline here. Terrible. Terrible. Terrible.
So if you were one of those people up there not following the call and not looking at Crown, like I get like Ace VD is looking for a GA setup. Unite's holding the choke, so if they come out to bomb, he can blink behind them. This is how far you guys should be. How far Unite is right now. This is good. This is where the D tank should be. Maximum. No more than that. Not up here. Not good. So fix that. Don't let that happen again.
If they come out, we do it again. If not, we're done. I wasn't talking to Unite. I was just talking to the entire group. Alright, we're good. Come west. Looks like they're done. Everybody mount up. Let's go northwest.
This is the last
Good shit,
fight.
everybody. That was much
Okay.
better.
Well, that's the end of that fight. So, basic gist, guard roots need to be down faster. They need to be down in the better spots. GAs be vocal because you guys are playing well. So if you do a setup like that while we have engage up, say it. Be like, yo, I caught a shit ton to the east. Slice will find it if you say it. He'll be like, oh, to the east. And he'll look to the east and probably see the people not moving with a glowing pink thing on them. And he'll engage on them. And we'll win or get a really good engage. Also, take in mind, you know, what Blake was doing on that wall, looking for supports to stop. That's how you play GA. Other thing, when we're pushing chokes, get across the choke. We probably shouldn't be engaging while on chokes. Not a good idea. We should just get through them, given the fact that we aren't good at chokes in general. So if given a chance where they blew cooldowns and we can just get across the choke, if we want to push them, just get across the choke, I'd say, for now. Especially because we're a kite comp and it's pretty easy to counter a kite comp's engage on the bridge if they have a good D tank with blink sandals. Other than that, this fight was pretty decent. Hopefully this helps some people learn how to play tree a little bit, but I'll end it here.